Hello, my name is Kane Munro, and while I'm not a member of a boy band, I'm just taking a break from lockdown life and being Jafar in an imaginary land game to bring you today's business and life advice in song lyrics. So just what are today's lyrics? Well, for me, that was definitely 2008. Just wow. Bonus lyric, next line, out of my shell, still living in hell. And for me, that was probably 2009. In fact, between Christmas and New Year in 2009, I was in my office at the old accountancy firm that I used to work at. What I was doing at work between Christmas and New Year's, you may ask? Well, I was working. Why was I working? Well, I certainly wasn't getting paid any extra for doing this. I didn't really have any pressing deadlines at that time of year. So why was I working? Well, I really didn't have anything else to do. I really didn't have anything to look forward to at that point in time in my life. I also had less than $20 in my bank account. From memory, it was around $17. And I needed to buy a mop and a bucket for the share house that I just moved into. I was 30 years old at the time and have always been really good at managing my money. This is where I should promote my outsourcing business for accountants, where you can save money as an accountant. Hit me up. However, really due to life circumstances, I literally couldn't even withdraw any money from the ATM to buy the mop and the bucket because the amount available was less than the notes an ATM can distribute. Luckily, FPOS existed though. I did just actually borrow the bucket and the mop from work because no one was there until the end of the month when I was paid again. So to be honest, I was at work so I could eat the free saladas in the work kitchen and make myself a Nescafe at work, as many as I wanted. I was basically swapping free work for some food, coffee, and usage of a bucket and mop for a week. This isn't a woe is me post, as I knew exactly where I was at. In fact, I was actually much happier at this point in my life with $17 to my name than I was 3, 6, even 12 months before this when I had more wealth. Personally, I think money simply magnifies the personality and or happiness of a person. If you're an unhappy person or a stressed person, if you're rich, then you're just going to be an unhappy or a stressed person with more money. Don't misunderstand me on this though. Money is important for the essentials in life. I mean, I did have a place to sleep at this point of time, but I would definitely have rather eaten something which is not saladas for 2 meals a day. That all said, at a certain point, more money won't necessarily make you happier. So what's the magic number? Well, to feel satisfied with life, the researchers have found that an individual salary of $95,000 is ideal, while $80,000 satisfies emotional well-being. The researchers based their findings on data from the Gallup World Poll of more than 1.7 million individuals from 164 countries, with the estimates based on purchasing power and questions relating to life satisfaction and general well-being. There is a happiness tipping point though. The more you have, the more you want, the study concluded. Interestingly, the study concluded that incomes higher than the $95,000 threshold tended to be associated with reduced life satisfaction and a lower level of just well-being and more stressed. And I understand this. At the same big accountancy firm that I'd actually been at since I was a long-haired graduate, every now and again I would know a few of the partners would be away or out of the office that day. So I'd politely ask to park in their allotted slots. Because they'd known me for so long, they always said yes. Now at this stage, I was rocking a 20-year-old red Toyota Camry called the Red Dragon that was forever covered in dust and had a bunch of scratches all over it. In fact, at one point, somebody had actually drawn the outline of a whale in dust with the term sex whale scribbled next to it. And due to my car generally being out in the sun at that point, it kind of baked into the paint. So the sex whale was a semi-permanent part of the car. Yet, regardless of this, when possible, I drive in and gently park my Red Dragon between the myriad of BMWs, Mercedes, and Porsches in the car park. Occasionally, a receptionist would call and ask, "Can you please move the Red Dragon?" Yeah, even the receptionist knew it as the Red Dragon. I had to move it as Mr. X, and sadly, at that point, all 17 partners at the firm were male. Mr. X needs to move his Mercedes. So down I would go and move the Red Dragon to the looks of consternation and sometimes maybe a little bit of pity from whoever I had parked next to. Sure, I may have upgraded these days to a second-hand Kia Sportage that is over 5 years old, but I don't think I've really changed that much. There is no sex whale on this particular car though. The thing is that the partners at this firm, while making truckloads of money, always seemed pretty stressed out and didn't really seem to enjoy the life they had carved out for themselves. This is the life they had drummed into them that they really wanted all along. Now, this isn't a criticism of them at all. I have mad respect for them and owe them a debt of gratitude and a few boxes of saladas for everything they did for me in my time there. However, my lived life experience reinforced to me the fact that having a comfortable amount of money is really important, but that life matters more than the acquisition of more material objects and the pursuit of these over everything else. That's why I sold my accountancy online business recently as well, but I'll save that story for another day. The right amount of money can absolutely help prevent you from being unhappy and hungry as well for that matter. But you can't actually buy happiness, and happiness is something we all have to work on day by day. Now, it seems appropriate to finish on one last lyric from the song, which is to take care in your dreaming and love when you can. I'll be back next week with more advice in song lyrics. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and take care in your dreaming.